Good afternoon, Madam Witness. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Madam Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into local government councils and related matters, may I remind you once again that you are still on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Madam Jammeh. Good afternoon, ma'am. Yes, you're welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Can you proceed?
Yes, thank you very much. Madam Jammeh, I just want you to clarify one issue, and then I have probably one or two questions for you
Okay.
today. From 2018, your contract expired when? Your 6-year contract?
It
This year, 2024?
2023,
2023, which month?
October.
October. And do you recall your first contract with, is it Franco with KMC?
Which who?
Franco, is it Franco?
Frago.
Franco.
Yes.
Do you recall the date? The first?
No. I can't recall the date, but I know it was in May.
May 2023.
This May. This year, May.
This year, May.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Council,
yes.
I just want to clear something here on this Frago debt recovery. Because the contract was secured by Francis, and then he called me to join him. So every document that you are asking for would be for Francis, not.
No, I asked you in your capacity as the managing director or the manager. So
I think I told you that he wasn't available when the contract document was being signed, and I signed on his behalf.
Why were you the manager?
Yeah, because I manage the collectors on the ground.
Madam
In his company as the manager.
Madam Jammeh?
That's why I wanted to clear it here.
I do not see anything to clear. I do not see any difference in your evidence. It's one and the same. You had clearly maintained earlier.
Of course.
Hear me out.
Okay.
You have clearly maintained earlier, before we went on break, that Francis is Francis' company and you are the manager.
No, I'm not managing this company. I'm not. At the KMC level and the collectors on the ground, yes. But not this company. I'm not managing this company, Frago.
Did you not tell the commissioners you signed the agreement with KMC?
Pardon?
Did you not tell the commissioners you signed the agreement with KMC?
Yes, I said it, but I said he wasn't available when that document was being signed.
So in that capacity, signed the agreement with KMC. So we are requesting these documents in that capacity.
Okay.
You understand that? So all the documents you have been asked to bring?
Sure, I will bring them.
Yes.
But what I want to make clear is everything is Francis. It's in Francis' name. That's what I want to make clear.
Just bring these documents,
It's
and
okay.
we will take it up from there. You understand that?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Good. The other issue is you said on the third paragraph, as rates, or does the chair want to say anything? As the rates manager, I am responsible for the preparation of invoices, transfers of property, occupancy certificate, property assessment, registration of lease, and CADIS transfers. Let's start with CADIS transfers. What are these?
It's at the Cadiz court where they do the distribution of diseased properties.
Okay, and how are these transfers done?
Pardon?
How are these transfers done?
The name of the disease is changed to the beneficiaries.
Do they pay fees for this?
Yeah.
And how are you responsible for this particular fees?
They pay to the cashier.
The cashier.
Yeah, but we have the records to change them.
All right. And then you talk about the registration of leases as well. They pay to the cashier?
Yes.
Not to the bank?
No, for us, it's at the cashiers.
How about occupancy certificate?
Occupancies too, they are all paid at the cashier.
The cashier.
Mm-hmm.
They don't pay to the bank?
No.
So, but do you have tariffs or fees for this? Like fixed amount of money that should be paid, or how are fees charged with respect to occupancy certificate, lease registration, and card transfers?
Lease is 5,000. That's what they pay, and occupancies are $700. That's what they pay.
This fixed amount?
Yes.
And so, where or how do you record this at your level? Do you record it in a way book, or do you have a?
No, we don't record them in a way book.
Yeah, so how do you record this?
Yeah, we change them in the system, then invoice is given to them to go and pay at the cashiers.
So if we were to request for these records, would you be able to provide them, all these registrations from 2018?
We have the file for CADIS. All CADIS letters are filed, transfers are filed, occupancies are all filed. Even though it's huge, I don't know how to get them here.
Yes.
If you insist, we will get them, but it's huge.
So we will request that you provide us with these files.
Okay.
Thank you. Any question for this witness, Madam Chairperson?
No.
Then we will ask that the chair discharge the witness. Then there are no questions, so that she can come back on Thursday to bring the documents.
Madam Jammeh, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And you kindly endeavor to bring the documents that the commission has asked for on Thursday.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are discharged.
Can I go? Can I?
Yes, yes.
Good afternoon, Madam Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. Can you kindly hold the mic close to your mouth and make so when you talk, let everybody hear you? What is your religion? Can you speak so that everybody can hear it?
Islam.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
Maninka.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation? Affirmation. Okay. Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Can you use your right hand? Raise your right hand into the air and then repeat after me. I, Mamie Jobe, Mamie Fatou Jobe, do solemnly.
Do solemnly.
Just repeat after me. Do solemnly.
Solemnly.
Truly.
Truly.
And sincerely declare that.
And sincerely declare that.
The evidence.
The evidence.
I shall give.
I shall give.
Shall be.
Shall be.
The truth.
The truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing.
Nothing.
But the truth.
But the truth.
Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to process.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Madam Jobe.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
And you are welcome. Council, can we please proceed?
Yes, thank you very much. Please tell the commission your name.
Tony Kondongo.
Mamie Fatou Jobe.
Mamie Fatou Jobe are my names.
And your address?
Ako be sabat Mendoza.
Talindi.
Talending. I reside.
Your educational background?
Ako ila karang odong ila karang wa dan tadula le bidole atadula na dadula.
Okay, nanda grade 12.
Dia mo ngemoy.
I'm going nanda grade 12.
Grade 12.
Which school?
Ako karang munjuma.
Kotu Senior
Go
Secondary.
to senior secondary school.
Which year did you graduate?
Ako sanjuma le kare mo banje.
2013.
2013.
You work for the Carnival Municipal Council?
Ako ka dogo ke municipality Kanifi.
Hadi.
Yes.
When were you employed?
Ako watu juma le ta dogo la je.
14 June. Sorry. On the 1st of June 2014.
June 1st, 2014.
Do you have your appointment letter?
Ako ila appointment letter be bulu.
Ha.
Yes.
Were you confirmed?
Ako confirmation of the confirm level.
Ha.
Yes.
May we please see those?
Ako si Ojen on so letter or general level. Confirmation on the appointment.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Oops. Where are these originals? Okay, we cancel.
Original original only
We came here.
is within the council.
So we'll ask you to bring these originals, okay?
Ako sa bela fly original or something. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So in the meantime, we will have this admitted and then we will seek to have it admitted. If it is admitted, then you may be requested to provide the original.
Ako sa te ko kala menyi do de la commissioner do ngake se de jaro de. So ni tata ni bina ini original ole na flu nga fali yawe.
Yeah, okay.
Very.
We applied to tender the following documents, Honorable Chairperson. The first is a before appointment. The date is 19th of May 2014, addressed to the witness, Ms. Mamie Fatou Jobe. It is signed by Pa Khalifa Sanyang for its CEO. It also applied to tender a redeployment as revenue collector license unit, 2nd March 2021, addressed to the witness, Mamie Fatou Jobe, signed by Demboja for acting chief executive officer. A letter of redeployment as compliance officer, 4th January 2024, address to the witness, Mamie Fatou Jobe, signed by Paset Cisse as Chief Executive Officer. For this 2024, if we need this. We have a letter with the heading Upgrading, 28 July 2022, addressed to the witness, Mamie Fatou Jobe, signed by Deboja for the Chief Executive Officer into evidence as an exhibit. Madam Chairperson, the two documents that we have returned to the witness, the first one is a duplicate of one of the documents that we seek to tender. And the second one is out of our mandate, 2024.
Very.
Thank you.
A letter dated the 19th of May 2014 with reference KMC/ADM/074 addressed to Miss Mamie Fatou Jobe, Talending, Kanifing Municipality, with the subject offer of appointment. The letter is signed by Pakali Fasanyang for Chief Executive Officer and is copied to the Lord Mayor, KMC, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Markets Manager, IT Manager, Chairman, Establishment and Appointment Committee, Chairman, Local Government Service Commission. The second letter is dated the 2nd of March 2021 with reference KMC/HR/076. It is from the Kanifing Municipal Council. It is addressed to Mamie Fatou Jobe, Revenue Collector, thus Markets, KMC, with the subject redeployment as Revenue Collector, thus License Unit. The letter is signed by Demboja for Acting Chief Executive Officer and it is copied to the Lord Mayor, Establishment and Appointment Committee, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Markets Manager, IT Manager, License Manager. The third letter is dated the 28th of July 2022 with reference KMC/HR/001 from Kanifing Municipal Council addressed to Mamie Fatou Jobe, License Collector, KMC, with the subject upgrading. The letter is signed by Demboja for Chief Executive Officer and it's copied to Lord Mayor, Director of Finance, License Manager, Internal Audit and Payroll. These three documents are admitted together in a bundle as an exhibit in evidence and they are marked as LGC/MFJ/KMC/001.
As a commission cases. Now, as a licensed revenue collector, in 2018, were you still in this unit?
No.
Ako lansing collector for 2018 yetarajero.
Anian.
No.
Where were you in 2018?
Ako 2018 we don't mean to fan juma.
Market.
Market.
And you were there for how long?
Ako market ile bije kabiru wat juma for juma.
Coming 2014 for 2021 na market.
I was at the market since 2014 to 2021.
And you were there as what?
Ako je kamune kenu je mune muite market odo.
Duty collect on Kawarakan.
I was collecting duty collecting.
Now, do you have your cash books?
Ako e cash book also.
Lansing la cash book wala bamule.
No, I have that of the Lansing.
For which year?
Ako kabo sanji juma.
2021 to 2023.
2021 to 2023.
Okay, so you were in license then to the market and back to license.
Ako even license le pada jeta marche auto murutana license.
Meno marsa auto mura jentana license.
I started at the market and from market I proceeded to license.
Which year were you taken to license unit?
Ako sanjuale sama license.
2021.
2021.
Can I please see your cash books for the?
Ako say la cash book will be.
Sorry.
We applied to tender 3 cash books, 2021, 2022, and 2023 license cash book of the witness Mamie Fatou Jobe into evidence as an exhibit.
Ako sa ite ko kala ilang biksa bolu ibe nundila komisioner to ka kesi de jaro di.
Okay.
Very well.
The cash books maintained by the witness under the license unit, there are 3 and they cover the periods 2021, 2022, and 2023. They are all admitted together as exhibit in evidence and they are marked as LGC/MFJ/KMC/002.
As a commission places. Now, were you having an invoice book?
Ako for invoice before so no never. Yes.
Where is it?
Ako ole.
O invoice book na all deal ready. How can I'm all in
That's the one I have passed to you. I think you will ask requesting them.
That is your license collection record, but there will be an invoice book wherein all the invoices you issue, you recorded it.
Ako bulan sin bukol leti ka etadaming. Ako para ka invoice menyining tate. Wo invoice o niya ta ikasa feda.
O no bandang kawul murunde.
Whenever they are interested, we do return them.
Where?
Ako alti murundiming.
Nge murunde Uncle Kausu nyole.
We used to take them back to Uncle Kausu.
Very well. Now, you gave a statement.
Ako yes statement of the Nujate. Yes, I do.
We will ask that you be given a copy.
Ako sa kala mbe copy of the lela ya gibe for itale wala return them.
Please go through it and tell the commission whether that is the statement that was obtained from you.
Coming up for ako ya korsiku ya je for wala mo ile fangola statement of the wala what then.
Is that the statement you gave to the investigators?
Yeah.
Yes.
We applied to tender the statement of the witness Mamie Fatou Jobe. The date is 30th of August 2024 into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 30th of August 2024 made by the witness Mamie Fatou Jobe is admitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LGC/MFJ/KMC/003.
As the commission places. Now, there was an audit query. If you look at this third paragraph of your statement.
Ako ne la statement ojuwe ako audito dunye query do lekere ne ajuwe ila kalma sabanya o membe la statement do.
This is the internal audit query 2022.
Ako keta 2022 internal query.
where you had a cash shortage of $10,650.
Ako je inata corona ta manje menta ta fo wili tang cheme woro dalasi tellulu.
Do you recall this?
Ako fo haklo be wakati ba. Yes, I remember fully, but it wasn't a shortage.
Chair, you see this in page 26, Honorable Commissioners of the Internal Audit Report, dated this January to December 2022.
Ako ni ajube woketa internal audit menkata kabo January kata fo December sangome 2022.
Is LGC/BN/KMC/005. Where it was stated that the amount that was outstanding from your collection is $10,650.
Ako je me itandi je wala mu mancho menkata ila kodoto arata fo wili tang cheme woro dalasi tellulu.
So what is your reply to this?
Ako e mune sode be men fola je.
Okay, Kodonying, Najole on the 6th of from March for January or something like that. Najo Wolungola, sign receipt on your wallet fit. Kadunek Bugo Kodoju Bajala ko lost receipt wallet BJ.
It happens that I have entered this monies. I cannot remember the date exactly, but it happens that I lost the ticket or the receipt. So, but if you check properly, the receipt what they have written there is lost.
Near lost receipt. Near receipt of field table. Egata Cassia lost receipt safe.
Whenever you lost a receipt, you go back to the cashier, then he or she will write a receipt or write that it is a lost receipt.
Our lost receipt on ying. Eka details will safe local woman yajo. And GTR number ni kabisa receipt over la kaita liko yajole, but come receipt over field.
That lost receipt will be indicating the number of the receipt that was lost and the date that the money was paid.
No, I believe if you let me show you the audit report.
Ako sang abela frame na wala mo a report of amati lela ifango ya jube.
It is not saying it's a lost receipt.
Ako je mai tandi je ko receipt o mi alga filtale.
It says it is total shortages.
Ako je yemen fo je wala mo mancho men kera.
It says total underpayment on transaction records. I will just read it as it is written.
Ako sang me asafeta nyame afana be abe akarana wala nyama.
Page 26 of the report.
Ako wala page 26 muang ani woro.
Amambalo be but biton amanke kom majo najole. Lost receipt aketa wallet because neajo be from Bugo from kono receipt on yembije.
I did not disagree, but I know, as I tell you, it was a lost receipt. But if you check even in the cash book, there the receipt is already there.
I believe you can read.
A lot of
Now we understand you, but we don't
Yes, I read it and I understood what the contents, but I'm now explaining how it happens.
Now, do you want to refer us to your cash to show?
Yes.
This transaction.
Yes. There's no problem. I want that.
Which of the cash books?
Ako cash book
Madam Joe?
2022.
2022.
That's different. Remember, among the 10,650 to 10,500.
And the amount is not 10,650. The amount should be 10,500.
May I please have the report?
Yes.
So the amount, the receipt you have, 3112571.
Korosito membe wala my men for jang 3117
311257
311257
is given to you by the cashier.
ako kasa le odila
Ade.
yes
Which cashier is that?
ako kasa jumalem
Mamadi.
mamadi
And then the one that was lost is 3095410.
ako men filter wala number for
Wala.
yes
But you've already paid this money.
ako bari nyingo do ya jolo
Ade najo.
yes I do
To which cashier?
ako kasa juma
Mamadi.
mamadi
When did you pay the money?
ako wati juma lu juma ikodo jo
On the 6th of Finland, we don't understand. I remember actual date.
I can't remember offhand actually, but it was on the 6th of I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't
it
remember.
has to be in June. The period is for January to December. But then apparently the records in your cash book, maybe I will give it to you and you can guide us with respect to the recordings in your cash book, the dates. Yeah.
Pesan ngabe kasbuk di la fam sen dul ma ko furu ko ikasa dungul ben sa feje de to li kamen etaje.
Probably.
Yep.
Now you have your cash book. Please guide us through the collection period.
Ako ba ni sa ni fam ila kasbuk ko be nyati le ngula ji sa
Recordings for the amount.
Wato men na yin sa feje.
6 June 2022.
It was June 6th, 2022.
Is when you made all those collections?
Ako wato le yo collection ol beke.
I would man not 10,500 for you collect.
Yes, that was the time I collected 10,500.
That was when you had that collection itself. Now the internal audit report says that your collection
ila internal audit way men for wala ko ila collection no
is $1,709,574. $709,574.
$574.
Yes, and then it appears out of that collection, your amount you've paid, there's an outstanding balance of 10,006. Do you understand?
I understand.
Yes, I do. But as I said earlier, I paid everything.
But if you are saying you have paid this already, then it will be recorded by the cashier, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, then we will have to verify that with the cashier.
There will be no problem.
But my issue is you paid for the subsequent GTR. That was issued to you in September.
Because Lisidonia will affiliate after that lost receipt come up.
Yes, because what happened, as I said earlier on, I lost receipt, so I went for the lost receipt.
So what happened 15 September?
This is why it happens, or it falls on the 15th of September.
How is it possible that that receipt was lost? Or was it only one that was lost?
Yes, hold on.
Yes.
How is that possible?
Okay,
how it happens?
On
that very day, I went to make
Sorry, Madam Job, let me clarify before you proceed so that I can understand what you are saying. Is it the whole GTR book or is it just one receipt?
GTR book filter receipt clean the filter.
Receipt clean the
only one receipt.
It's not the whole GTR.
Thank
Thank you. You can proceed.
Thank you. Only one receipt.
Okay, ako kada nyame wala ko
How it happens was that on that very day,
lumen na nanying jo wala kada on the 6th of June yinti.
on the 6th of June, I went and made payments.
Wala mulle siyata nung kasiya ya anu mulle ben call kam maso pour que
On that very day, it was crowded at the cashiers and people were calling me at the market
pour que joro.
to go so that they can make payments.
So what time wala ko kasiya niyo ko ni peda din na secretary la clip niya na bugo kono.
So from there, I instructed the cashier to say, whenever you are ready, please give this receipt to the secretary so that he can clip it in my book.
Saying ya di secretary balo wolungo wularo.
It was given to the secretary, but that on that very day in the afternoon, on that day she delivered.
Saying bidong receipt wala fili nya natanden.
So this is how the receipt get lost.
The audit report
Ako auditor la reporto
is in 2023,
wakata 2023.
April 2023.
Ako wakata April 2023.
Do you understand?
Ako ya fahamle.
If you had paid this money,
Ako na tra yin ko do jole no.
it would have reflected in the audit report.
Ako ibaji la ko ave fundila audit report do.
Because the period of the collection is from January to December 2022.
Ako wairi sama menna ite yin ko do ta wala lempo yin jota bulwato menna wo kabo January kata December 2022.
It says the internal audit department has embarked on a various audit exercise on the departments and units of the council for the year ended 2022.
Ako ben fo je wala mu audit de la do ko kele sango mi alon ko 2022.
The draft report was sent to the office of the Deputy Chief Executive Officer
Ako barakaito nyimi alko ya safe inata ki Deputy Officer
for
Executive
management
Officer.
response.
For true management la jabiro.
Do you understand?
Ako yo moelewa.
Okay.
Yes.
So this in 2023.
Ako sa nying keta 2023.
The shortage allegedly happened in 2022.
Ako sote yo nying wala manjo nying keta 2022.
So man okay da nyame but on the 15th of September na nyin jole. Entala lost receipt jole na attach bugo.
I can't tell exactly what happened or I don't even understand. But as I said earlier on, I did these payments on the 15th of September 2022.
All right, that's fine. You gave us a name that you paid to. You said is it Basiru?
Mamadi.
Mamadi?
Yes.
Last name?
Yeah.
Mamadi Nyadi?
Mamadi Jao.
Mamadi Jao.
Does he still work as a cashier?
I'm a cashier.
Honey, I'm not a cashier.
No, now he's not a cashier.
Very well. We will have to call Mamadi.
Mamadi Kumandlale.
And we will verify this information.
Okay.
Any question for this witness? Honorable Chair, you have any questions for this witness?
I don't.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes. We're done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Madam Joe.
Now.
I will give you your. But before I give you your casbook, I'm just doing a random question here. Can you bring us your register? We are asking you to bring your register for 20. When did you start that is in 2021, right? You were transferred to the license department.
Yes.
Okay, so you bring us the register for 2021, 2022, and 2023. The zones that you
2021.
Yes.
2022 and 2023. Even umafo mena zonal mento yo bukol besa mai na besulari ngala.
No bugo nyin kama nang kom how ma understand.
Ako ye kame for register ibe zonal mento yale ke sound ni le. Kamu 2021, 2022, 2023. Ako ibe zonal mento ine ne benundamento war registration onyi. Alafta yo samana nyola.
Be zonal mento kame di mol zonal we can zone dame.
Very well.
Ma understand. I
don't understand because we don't have a book there.
Okay, let me explain to her. I know she will understand. If you are in a particular zone, the register that you use in the collection of the license, license revenue. That is the register we are talking about. Because for each zone, the businesses are registered. Is that
Business
correct?
will be you'll pay register
That
for.
is the register I'm talking about.
Ako akawala for them.
Okay.
Because without that register, we cannot understand your cash book.
Ako ning register man na ila cash book dolta faham nola.
Okay.
Right?
I understand.
Now I understand.
Abe telephone yun.
You're talking about the tariff?
The tariff is different.
Ako tariff of an file.
Yes.
Telephone ka wala sa
Like, for example, if you are in Talindi,
Ako sa misali fe ni be
where did
talindi.
you write the number of businesses that are in
Ako
Talindi?
iba jela
Do
bidigol
you
men
have
biye.
any paper or any document that you have the number of businesses that are in Talindi?
Ako fo ibu
For
ko
example,
so
the zone you
wala
are,
kaito mi ala ko me ay tan ko ibe zone men to misali fe talindi bidig nangam le biye wala bidig nangam le biye nyanta lempol tala da. Ako fo al ko bu ko so wala kaito.
honey, nka sabe invoice book kono
No, we do write them inside the invoice book.
invoice book.
Ako invoice book.
You write that. No. Madam Job, so many people have testified
Okay.
Ako
that
si
there
follow.
is a register of the businesses that are in the zones, the
Ite-
different zones.
Alnyon si fal jamala be jang annual be afole.
And that is why the collectors are able to collect revenue.
Ako nyinne asabu ikaji atulla lemputala alkalempol tano mulbul.
Because they know the number of businesses that are within the area.
Because all is at na isa long business jelle be o sono to ibe dameto.
And it is on the basis of knowing that number,
Ako ibaji la ko sa newo na nangamolo.
that is how you are given an invoice
Ako jele ka
and a demand note to go and serve.
ika invoice wal dina memu demand no twitter ya di wo predictiol.
Is that not the case?
Ako fa ka ke wala nyama.
Okay, please let
Yes.
us know how you operate.
Sa ite afon doli at ite ka do ko kenya.
Okay, ning sango dati ka kas bugole di mon la.
At the beginning of the each of us is issued with a book,
GTR waning invoice bugo.
the GTR and the invoice book.
So invoice bugo ni te katale shop to shop.
That invoice book, you go to shop,
Ye issuing ke.
you start issuing them.
Ye issue.
Yes, before you proceed.
Ako sayang nga
That
thank you.
invoice book
Ako invoice book ko
will give you the list of shops.
Ako wala kaya tandila bitik jen lebeje.
Or you just randomly go out and then look for shops and then give them invoice. Is that?
Ko akakanya le fo invoice book ko wala kaya tandila ko bitik jen lebe jang wala fo ite ko futle ro eta mai ta ne bitik go men je duji.
Invoice bugo ni kata da geta ye zono mendila. Adade da me ye dung shop to shop.
Yes, the
invoice all staff they fonko dilete ko do collect.
That invoice book is the one that you use to go from shop to shop.
So
and
the
serve them with
invoice book will contain the name of the businesses and the number of shops that are in that zone.
Ako amunta ko invoice book ko ni wala ka bitik tiyo to safeje ani bitik jen lebe o mafa ko.
Ha invoice bugo ko ne ka be sa forward.
Yes, it's written or recorded in the invoice book.
That information is recorded in the invoice book.
Ako kalmol wala ko makawol bebe kasi so invoice book.
Business all kata
So
mo
please provide us with
Yes,
the
ako sa membi je wala mo buko akawol ni ka free so sa na muli.
What invoice all?
invoice book.
Invoice book.
Yes.
What I got a book in the now for entire accounts. Not it.
I have to go to accounts and check there.
Yes, but that is what you were using to issue out.
Ako para
invoices.
buko ikaw tama ni bring hela business okay wala ka.
So we are asking you to bring the invoice.
Ako sa kawol ni ka free asa na.
Now for the tariffs,
Ako tarifol fara.
you are given a copy of the tariff.
Ako ka tarifol la copy o dila ko ni.
Ah,
Yes.
So please also bring us which tariff are you using, by the way, for license?
Ika tarif di wala use.
remember that from Nyama 2020. 2019 to 2023, something like that. 5 years valid.
I can't remember the beginning exactly, but I think from 2019 to 2023.
Okay, let me give you this tariff to check.
Okay.
Register, please give her this book.
Ako ni
This is the one that's at
bebe ka kilimo.
This one. Okay, give her. Is that the tariff that you are using?
Very well, yes.
Has it been amended?
Ako fo ya afali nema?
Hanima falling follow.
No, it's not.
So whatever you charge is based on this.
Ako apunta ko ite ha ye fengo fe ben charge bitik.
Can you read the exhibit number there?
Ako exhibit number.
LC slash
MD,
MWD wala po.
MD.
MD slash 2 slash KMC 204.
All right. Thank you. So now the question I want to ask you, I randomly checked your cash book.
Okay.
Now you have the book there. Can you tell me, for a tailoring shop, is it just one fees you collect, or you collect multiple fees from a tailoring shop?
Ako san misal fi bayri ko be bala ako san karala la bitiko do ako foy ka wat clinic ka men tabul bang foy ka watul bele na ta abul puruka lempo men ta
nga ko do menta
ha karala le ha
e ka take charge la masingon la rek yojo
you go and charge them per machine and they pay
Per machine.
per machine
All right. So, and that is provided for there.
ako fana be safari jam
abijan
yes
Now, registrar, can you please give her this discussion? Now, let us look at Sheikh Mbai, right?
ako san mo jube men to musia bay
Let me just take let me take GB Njai.
wala nga jibe njay tota
And please tell us,
ani afon to le ko
there are two numbers.
ako nomba fula la bije
On your first column, there is a number. We don't know whether that is a GTR number. And the third column, there is another number. We don't know whether this is an invoice number.
ako san number flow
Check.
alafta ya fon to le number flow for GTR la number le bang fula nyango fana bije
Yes.
number do bije for invoice
And
number
tell us the first number, what is it? Whether it's a GTR, and the second one, whether it is an invoice number. Because against that one is a tailoring workshop. So then I will ask you the question.
ako je sa fon to le wo number follow fo wala GTR la number di bang fula nyango fo wala mu invoice wala number di ako isa fon to le isa ja se abe menyi ni kala sa alo ma menyi ni kala
What is the first column? Is it a GTR number?
you know GTR number le ndo mo phone callers
What?
the first one is the GTR number and the second one is the invoice book number
Invoice number.
yes
So against GB SAR,
ako sa ni jibi sa to duwe
how much did you collect as revenue?
ako jël le tabulu le pota benjo
jibin njay
jibi ja
Yeah, sorry.
okay I part payment la follow ka 700
he paid part payment he did pay part payment of
700 ala advancing mo 850 less maybe you have to do that balance over
the balance was 850
The balance is 850.
yeah
Seven, huh?
75
875
Yes, but you have gone to the audit department, right?
ako ita no audit
And audit has cleared it.
anu audit kale
huh
yes
So where is it written that this GB Jai still owes money?
ako
Or
sa
has he paid?
ko sa feri mintole ko jibi ja sa ni alla julo bala
okay mo to kala nyal bari sama explain na wolen ko nyin telo so ye tol so le ke joro ke sunka salo banna salo
I don't know how to say, but they give them an opportunity for the tailors to be paying during quality or Tabaski.
so wala na ni
No,
tata ji
Madam Job, wait, hang on a minute. The tariffs that you have with you there,
Ako tarif
it has been admitted in evidence.
tarif mo be bro ko ni woni e men juwel.
There is nothing in this book. There is nothing in this legislation
Ako fennete je wala ko makante je ni buku ni ngoko.
that suggests what you're talking about.
Me for wala ko me kamen fote wo mon sa feji.
Now, what it has indicated,
Ako we me yitan wala ko.
what you are supposed to collect
Ako inyanta men tala bulu.
yearly,
Sango kon.
right?
Ako ya ko.
So from that collection,
Ako sa ni mi ala ko lempo meta.
we know the number of machines in Jibinjai's tailoring shop.
Ako sa dol ba lon non ñaari le jibi jay la tele ala tailoring shop masin jelle be.
okay ikat ni tata ji ikanye nin kale simple jelle be bula nin dawme masingo jelle be bulo
Whenever you go to a tailor, the first thing to ask is how many simple machines does he have and that of Daume.
Saya on simple machine on a price lem, you know, price
because they are of different prices.
Saya ni yellow price for pada dia lo machine full la babu local.
Now, when you tell you, you know, you have two machines.
Not a machine full be most simple old.
And if at all they are of the same category, simple,
So a car on a car charge price man.
you know the price.
Not simple one in zigzag babu.
If at all,
Madam
Joe.
This license act, that is the amendment for Schedule 2, has provided what you needed to charge when it comes to the issue of tailors. Is that correct? So it has indicated if it is a zigzag machine, how much you are supposed to charge. If it is a 217 machines, they have indicated how much you should. Now, from your that cash book, tell me what sort of machine you have charged.
Tailoring zigzag and from sample original sample machine.
Tailoring zigzag and
one sample machine.
So that will give you a cumulative amount of how much?
1,275.
1,000.
So in that situation, how we know that this Jibinjai has only 2 machines? Recorded there. How would we know?
It will be known because if you add how much he paid and the balance left.
Madam Joe, it's not possible. Because to avoid fraud, for each person that you visit, there should have been a column of, particularly for tailors, there should have been a column where you indicate the number of machines. So that when you calculate and somebody doing reconciliation in your cash would be able to ascertain what you collected and what you found on the ground. Is that correct? Because it is you that you are the only one that knows how many machines Jibinjai have. Because you send the invoice and you go to collect. So you are the only one that will be in the position to know how many machines are in that workshop. Is that correct?
Yes.
Council, we may proceed.
First witness. Unless we call her later after we finalize the cash books.
All right, Madam Joe, thank you so much for coming. We will call you back when we look at your cash books. And please bring the documents we have asked. By toast. Please note that so that you. So thank you so much for coming.
Okay. Original documents for them.
First of all, Council, I think you requested for the original letters. Yes. What's happening?
Please liaise with the registrar. He will give you the list of documents that we need from you. So thank you so much. Please call in the next witness. You are discharged.
Thank you.
Can you have the exhibit?
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Can you speak into the mic, please? Can you speak into the mic? Good afternoon. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. What is your religion? Muslim. Yeah. In which language do you wish to make your testimony? Can you speak into the mic just the way I am doing so that everybody can hear you? Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation? Affirm. Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Okay, use your right hand, breathe into the air, and then repeat after me. I, Basiru TAAL, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare, and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. TAAL.
Afternoon, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Hello, ma'am.
Council, can we proceed?
Yes, thank you very much. TAAL, please state your name.
My name is Basiru TAAL.
Your address.
I stay in Bundung.
And your educational background.
Secondary 4, Form 4.
Form 4. Which year?
1990.
Which school?
Sukota Secondary.
You work for the Cardiff Municipal Council?
Yes, sir.
Since when?
Since 98.
98. Do you have your appointment letter?
Yes.
And were you confirmed?
Yes, I was confirmed.
Can I please see those documents?
It's not with me.
All right. When do you plan to bring it?
Maybe if you give me time. But I'm no more working with them.
You're no more with KMC?
Yes, sir.
Since when?
March 2023.
Why is that? Why is that?
March 2023.
Did you resign or you went
voluntary?
You went voluntary retirement.
Yeah.
All right. We will need you to provide us with your appointment and confirmation letter.
All right, sir.
Now, you recall giving a statement to the investigators. A statement.
Yes.
So we'll give you a copy of a 2-page statement. Yes. Please go through it. It is dated the 23rd of August 2024. It bears your name and a signature across.
Yes, sir.
Your name. Please go through it carefully. Can you tell the commission whether there's a statement that was obtained from you?
Yes, it's from me.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Basiru TAAL. The date is 23rd of August 2024 into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 23rd of August 2024, made by the witness, Mr. Basiru TAAL, is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BT/KMC/001.
As the commission please. Now, in 2018, you were working as a revenue collector?
Yes.
Which unit?
I was in Lancet's unit.
You were there for how long?
From 2018 to 2023.
Do you were you maintaining cash books this period?
Yes.
Do you have your cash books?
No. I submitted all.
Where?
At the audit.
All of your cash books?
Yes.
So you don't have any of these cash books?
No, sir.
Now, we will ask that you go back to the office and you request for your cash books.
I will, sir.
Yes. Please don't forget, have it written down. The other question is your statement, the third paragraph, there's an issue of cash shortage.
Okay.
Do you recall this in 2022?
I was told.
Okay, what is your reaction to that? It is with respect to the internal audit dated the 28th of April 2023 for the year ended 2022, January to December. It states that on page 25 that you, Basiru TAAL, your collections for the period was $4,654,320.50, and your submissions were $4,609,110.50, and there was a balance of $45,210. What is your reaction to this?
Yes, I was told.
Okay.
And later I made payments. I first made that 30,300.
Yes.
Then the second payment was I took a loan from the credit union.
Yes.
Which I completed the balance.
Now, what caused this shortage?
I can't tell. It was not to my knowledge.
Yeah, but why would you have the shortage? That is the question. You have a cash book, you collect revenue, you write it down, you have receipts. So what will possibly give rise to this shortage?
I was never told that I have a shortage because every transaction I do go to audit. They take the book.
Every
transaction I do go to audit and they take the book. But I was never told that I have a shortage.
No, but there's the audit exercise. I understand what you are saying, but then the book is not here, and we can't really ascertain whether for every transaction it was audited. But what we are saying is the report has clearly outlined it, and then you had complied with the report and you went and paid.
Yes, I know. This report was around September, October.
Yes.
I think.
Okay.
That's the time they said that I have a shortage.
Who told you? Who informed you? How are you informed?
From the audit.
That audit informed you. Did they write to you? Did they call you?
No, they didn't write to me.
But they just called you and invited you.
Yes.
And then you complied. You agreed.
Yes, I have.
So if you say everything is kept in your audit, that would not be correct, because the audit exercise that was conducted in this period, you were duly informed and then you complied with the fact that you had shortage.
Yes, sir.
This amount is huge. So if you had any dispute with respect to this amount, you would not have paid it.
No, I didn't know that I have a shortage.
But that's what I'm saying.
If I know it, I will pay it.
But you paid it.
Yes.
When you were informed.
Yes.
You didn't dispute it.
Yes.
You didn't disagree with it.
Yes.
You agreed with the findings.
Yes,
which means you had shortage. What caused the shortage?
Normally, when we do transactions,
yes,
mostly on Fridays.
Yes.
Fridays, because the time is very short.
Yes.
To rush up before 12:30. Normally, that's the time we have that kind of shortages. But I was not told, because
what will cause it during Fridays and the time is short? What will cause the shortage?
Because when we went to the field and collect, you should make payment before weekends.
Yes.
Yes.
So now you have collected the money. What will cause the shortage? Because you know exactly how much you collect. Anyone paying to you?
Normally we paid, and maybe it's more than what you collect even.
That's not possible. You can't pay more than what you've collected. How is that possible?
Because it do happen.
But that's not possible.
Because when you calculate,
yes,
when you calculate, sometimes you made a mistake, but you can put your money in there. Then later part they will know that the money is.
You can't put your money there. You don't even have. You shouldn't even have money to put there.
It do happen.
You don't get my point. You should not even have money that will mix up with the revenue collect that will cause you to overpay. That would not make sense. You're going to collect revenue.
It do happen.
What would your personal funds have to do with the revenue?
It do happen.
I understand, but I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. the auditor spoke about or discussed the issue of is it loaning oneself, self-loaning also?
No.
That there would be times where you will spend these monies, not you, I mean the collectors, and then pay it back. But Tatal, you have to explain how you had shortages on this amount. It's huge.
I know, but I cannot explain how it happens.
How is it possible? Did you spend the money?
Because if I told audit didn't tell me that, I will not know that I have a shortage.
But they told you and then you accepted.
Yes.
And then you said yes, that is true that you had a shortage.
It takes time. The duration from January to September.
That's audit. That's what they do. It takes time. They don't audit you.
But every day you do go to audit and audit our books.
Yes. But they don't audit you properly. You go to the cashier first.
Yes.
KMC, you go to the cashier first.
Yes.
And then after you're done,
you go to the audit.
You go to the audit.
Yes.
So that's the issue.
Yes.
So what time will audit now audit your cash book against the cashier's cash book? So it's a matter of procedure. They just stamp whoever is doing it, they just stamp your audit or your cash books. But at the end of the year, when they had done the proper auditing, then they found out that there were monies that were missing.
When issue arise, they normally request our books.
Yes.
So that they will check whether it's true or not.
And that's what they did.
Yes.
And they found out it's true.
Yeah.
That you had underpayment.
Yes.
We are now asking you, because it is worrying, how would you be collecting revenue and have an amount of $45,210 that you fail to declare or fail to submit? That is the question.
This shortage is not a single transaction.
It means that you were having shortages on multiple transactions.
That's why I said that I cannot clarify whether is this one or
Mr. Tal, it's even worse. It's even worse. What it means that if it is not a single transaction, it is an accumulated transactions. Is that not the case? It may be 5, 6, 7 transactions.
No. It's not like that.
You said it's not a single transaction.
It's not like that. Because when you check the cash book.
Yes.
That's why I said that it's not single transaction, but it cannot that amount you are talking to.
If it's not single, it is multiple transactions.
No.
Do you understand that? Do you spend the money, part of the money that you collect?
Do you
spend part of the money that you collect?
No.
But how are we sure?
No, I don't spend it.
How sure are we? Or did they pay you less than they're supposed to pay you in collecting revenue? I mean, it's either or. Either they paid you the normal full amount and you spend the money, or you've received less than you were supposed to receive. Which one is it?
Maybe less.
No, that's not also possible.
Less.
Because you know the tariffs, you have the tariff. That's also not logical. You have the tariff. So you know exactly how much Mr. X, Mr. Y will have to pay you. Is that not the case?
They normally do part payments.
They do part
payments.
Where would they do part payment?
If I told the what I could say, the one who is doing business.
Yes.
Sometimes they don't pay full.
Yes.
They do pay part payment.
Part payment.
Yes.
And then that's allowed?
Yes, it's allowed.
That's fine. So if they do part payment, you don't record it. You give them part receipt.
You do record it.
You understand? If they're supposed to pay that $1,000 and they paid $500, you give them a receipt of how much?
The same amount they paid.
Exactly.
The same amount.
So it's still back to square one. There is no room for this kind of error. Because if it is part payment, the amount of money you have received is clearly recorded. And you give a receipt across that amount. So again, it has nothing to do with you receiving less than you are supposed to receive, correct?
Let's continue.
Is that not the case?
Yeah.
So the only outstanding option we have, or issue we have here now, is that you must have spent the money. You must have spent part of the money to warrant you to have a shortage. with the intention of paying back. That's the only logical conclusion, Mr. TAAL. Or can you think about any other issue?
No.
Please answer the question. Can you think about any other reason as to why you will have a shortage?
What I said is, normally, when we collect, in your calculation, you can make mistakes. You can make mistakes.
Yes.
Maybe that's why this happened. But
What kind of
to
mistake?
use the money,
What kind of mistakes?
calculation. But to use the money, no.
Mr. TAAL, even if you make mistakes in your calculation, if you go to the cashier, the cashier will check your recordings for the day and the amount total.
This cashier never check the amount.
Why?
Recording.
What do they check?
What you pay, they give you receipts. Then auditors should check the book, whether it differ or not.
So the cashiers, they never check check your book.
No.
They will not check your book.
No.
Just bring the amount and they just collect.
They never.
And they record it.
Yes.
And how about the auditor?
That's why I said that's problem. Maybe the auditors should tell you that you have a shortage, because they are the one who check the book.
Now, do they do that on a weekly basis?
Weekly basis, yes.
They do check your book thoroughly.
Yes.
Against what?
Against your cash book.
That is the issue. So there is no room for error in recording. If that is happening, then it will be detected at that point in time. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes. So, Mr. TAAL, you just must have spent this amount.
I don't.
Do you have a bank account?
No.
You've never had a bank account?
No.
You've never owned one? How were you paid?
By that time?
Yes.
7,000 plus.
How were you paid? Bank transfer?
Yes,
or
bank transfer. It was current account.
You still have you still maintain the account?
Yes.
Which bank account?
FI Bank.
How many bank accounts have you had?
I have 2 bank accounts now.
2 bank accounts?
Yes.
Please provide the details to the registrar of the bank accounts you've maintained from 2018 to date.
No.
Properties, land properties?
No, I don't have properties.
You don't have any. Any questions for this witness?
Yes. Mr. Do you used to go to the internal audit as required twice in the week?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were punctual in that?
Yes, ma'am.
However, your audit report for 2021 said otherwise, and subsequent audit reports. And their assessment based on the remarks of 2021, I just selected one.
Okay.
Said that your appearance, your attendance is not accepted. You scored 3 points, which is not accepted. So which means it's not good, right? It's not acceptable, right?
Okay.
That is what the audit said. So you telling us that you used to go to the auditor twice in the week, that statement would not be correct, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Council. Yes, Honorable Chairperson, thank you very much. We have asked that the witness brings the audit the cash books.
Yes, and in addition to the cash books, Mr. TAAL, please bring the register. Please bring the register for the properties.
Register?
Yes.
No, we never have registered for the
invoice register. You don't have that one also?
Invoice register?
Yes.
I submit all to the councils.
Yes, we are asking you to note it so that you bring it for us. We cannot make an analysis of your cash book without you bringing that.
Okay, I'll try.
All right.
Okay.
So that we know what you entered here and what is in the register as to the number of businesses, it tallies. Thank you. Is that all for this witness?
Yes. Now.
So we expect you to bring these documents by Thursday, Mr. TAAL, and have a good afternoon. You are discharged.
All right, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Please call in the next witness.
Look at this.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Mr. Witness, you may kindly take your seat. Mr. Witness, may I remind you that you are still on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cham.
Good afternoon.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Council, can we proceed?
Yes. Cham, how are you?
Doing good.
Cham, you have some of the documents we asked.
Yes, I got most of them.
All right. Before we see the documents or examine the documents that you have, I want to ask you. You know Adama Jammeh?
Adama Jammeh, former staff of KMC.
Yes.
Sure.
She worked as the rates manager at some point.
I beg your pardon?
Rates manager. She worked as a rates manager at some point.
Correct.
She retired.
Sure.
Do you recall when she retired?
Not very long. Not very long.
Not very long. It's not a specific date.
Yeah, I cannot recall the specific date, but not very long.
2018. She stated that she testified before the commission and stated that she retired in 2018. And in her statement as well, it is contained.
For the retirement?
Yes.
Yeah, retirement was 2018, yes.
Okay.
So,
what do you think I was asking for?
I beg your pardon?
So what do you think I was asking?
I thought that they are talking about the contract and duration. So, but the retirement was 2018.
And how about the contract and duration?
The contract and duration, that one was not very long.
What do you mean it was not very long?
I cannot recall the exact date, but she retired and she was offered a contract.
Contract.
Yeah.
Now, how was she offered a contract?
Of course, we saw that the council saw that she still has the potential and can support the council's in its drive for recovery.
The council. When you say the council, who are you referring to?
The KMC.
Yeah, but it has two to do I say branches? You have, of course, the day-to-day management, which you were heading at the time as CEO. Is another case, acting CEO.
The time she got the contract in 2018.
Yes.
Of course, yes.
Yes, you were the acting CEO.
So you want me to explain as a CEO or as a council?
Please come again.
As is my CEO's point of view or as a council? Because we saw that we still need her due to the time she retired.
We as in council or we as in you in your capacity as CEO?
That's what I want. If you want me to explain why the council gave her the contract.
Okay, I want you to explain why the council gave her a contract, and then I will come to you in your capacity as CEO.
Yes, at the time, the council saw that there is a need to hire her services.
Yes.
And the department and the unit was not very strong.
Yes.
There was not a successor.
Yes.
That can move the unit to the point that will bring the revenue we expect.
Yes.
So due to succession planning, the council decided to contract her out for some period of time.
Was this discussed in a council meeting?
Yes, it was discussed at the committee meeting.
Which committee is that?
I cannot recall the exact time, but it was agreed at the management level also.
Management level?
Yes.
Not committee level, management level.
Yeah, because we don't give contracts without involvement of the committee at the time.
Yes, but it was discussed at senior management level.
It was discussed and agreed that if the unit...
Let's get it fact right. Senior management level?
If I can recall, yes.
Yes. And who sits at the senior management level?
The management staff.
And these are?
Of course, you have the CEO, the directors, the mayor, and the deputy.
You know that the witness is the aunt to the mayor?
Say it again.
You know there's a family relation with the mayor?
There is a
family relation between the mayor and the Adama Jammeh?
I think Adama was contracted before.
Did you know this before her contract renewal?
No, I did not.
How is that possible? Everyone knows this.
I did not.
How is that possible?
It's possible that
now who proposed the contract?
I do not know that she has any relation.
Who proposed the contract?
Because Adam was contracted time before the mayor came to council.
No, I didn't ask you that question. I'm talking about the renewal and the subsequent renewals.
I do not understand your question.
I'm talking about the subsequent renewals.
The subsequent renewals. And that was the subsequent renewal. We still feel that the council still see that they need the service they need her services. And
this was discussed at senior management meeting as well.
At the establishment appointment committee level.
And this was discussed at the senior management meeting, SMT.
I'm saying at the.
Was it discussed at the SMT? Question.
I cannot recall that one, but I know it. For sure it was discussed at the establishment and appointment committee level.
Please produce the minutes for the establishment and appointment committees as well. Write it down. Ms. Cham, you were acting CEO for how long?
1 year, 4 months.
1 year, 4 months.
Yes.
And how many years contract was she given?
She was contracted before I became a CEO.
Yes.
And also, I think that runs through my time. After my time as a CEO, she was offered also a contract.
Were you there as acting CEO when council or the management contracted 5 companies or businesses to collect debt?
Sure.
Were you involved in awarding these contracts?
Yes, I was.
So what was the rationale in granting or hiring 5 companies or businesses for them to collect debt?
The rationale was to make sure that we meet our or even exceed our revenue collection potential, because we are aware that there are huge sums of outstanding liability rates that are not being paid.
Yes.
This comes to almost, based on our estimation, is more than 100 million.
Yes.
And we feel when we embark on a strategy of debt recovery, they can help us get enough.
Now, what process did council take in seeking the services or hiring businesses or companies to collect that?
The contract committee was working on this, and
Yes.
they did a expression of interest, and through the I think it was advertised through the media in consultation with the GPPA.
So it was advertised.
Of course, it was put on the papers for interested individuals to express their interest in our drive to help council recover debts, so that our current debt staff can focus on current debts.
So there was a tender process.
Correct.
Is that your answer?
It was, GPPA was consulted, and the expression of interest was expressed on the papers, and the interested individual or companies who feel they have the experience on debt recovery.
Do you have this advertisement?
No, I don't have.
You should.
I don't go with it. It's not with me. I can find out for you. But they were consulted, and then they forwarded their application. Many of them, it was reviewed at the contract committee level, and we feel 5 of them can go.
Get us all the correspondences for these 5 companies, the minutes of the contracts committee, signed minutes of all the contracts committee members, the correspondence with GPPA approvals, if any.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, all the procurement steps that were taken, and the method of procurement that was adopted as well. Because you are saying you complied with GPA rules or regulations.
Yes,
is that your evidence?
GPPA
is your evidence. Is it your evidence that you have complied with GPA rules or regulations?
As far as I'm concerned, I'm giving you the information that I know. I see. Yes, because there are many times that I sit in that contract committee with the CEO.
Did you comply with GPA rules and regulations?
Yes, I'm sure.
You are sure?
Correct.
Good. So you provide us with all those details, all the correspondence, all the details, the procurement method that was adopted, the minutes of meetings that were discussed in relation to this.
Okay.
Can you do that by Thursday? Sorry, Wednesday.
Today is
if they exist, you should be able to produce them.
Okay. Okay, I'll try my best.
Yeah. Yes. Now you contracted these companies, and then they have to pay. They have to be paid 5% of their collections.
Yes, there's an agreement that the council want them to, based upon their collection. I'm not sure, but there is a percentage. I cannot give the number until I see the.
You were told it's 5%.
Probably they might be right, but let me check. Okay.
Adama Jammeh used to work for the area council.
Okay.
Not okay, it's yes.
No, KMC is not Carnival Municipal Council. We are a municipal council. We are not an area council.
Okay. Adama Jammeh used to work for the Carnival Municipal Council.
Correct.
Good. And now, working for the Carnival Municipal Council for so many years, she also was working for a company that you gave contract to collect debt.
That the council?
Yes.
Not me, the council?
Yes.
Okay.
When I say you, I mean in your capacity as CEO.
No, I was not the CEO when Adam get this contract you are talking about.
But you were the CEO when
I was not the CEO.
Listen to me. I asked you whether you were present as acting CEO when these 5 companies were.
No.
You said, listen, just hear me out. You said yes. Or was it a mistake? You gave me the answer. You said yes.
I want you to understand. I was an acting CEO in 2018 up to 2020.
Yes.
So I ceased to be CEO and become director. But the first contract, you were talking about Adama's first contract. Adama was contacted as a staff, as a rates manager.
No, Mr. Cham, we are not talking about issues of contract. We are talking about contract to the 5 companies.
Okay, no, I wasn't.
And I recall he asked you a specific question and you answered in the affirmative. Please listen to him so that we can have
Yes.
the correct information.
Okay.
Which will amount to your evidence.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
So let me buttress on that. Let me clarify on that. Adama's recent appointment.
Let me ask you questions.
Okay.
While working as CEO,
okay.
acting CEO,
okay,
whichever applies,
okay,
did the Carnegie Municipal Council employ the service or contract any company, institution, or individuals to collect debt on behalf of the council?
No.
That is what I asked.
That's it.
Yes. And so you know nothing about the companies, the 5 companies that were contracted to collect debt.
I know something. That's what I'm telling you. Recently, when they were contracted, I was opportune to sit some of the contract committees where these issues were discussed.
In your capacity as
director of admin.
Good. And go ahead.
But not as CEO. So we decided at that point that council there is a huge debt that council need to recover. So that's where the committee discussed at the contract committee level to see how we engage a number of debt recovery personnel to come and support the council. That knowledge I have.
Mr. Cham, even though I would prefer to ask the CEO, which I will for the time covering this period, as far as you are not in that office. But the question I will ask you is, you contacted 5 companies or businesses to collect debt.
Correct.
What were they supposed to do, and how were they supposed to collect this debt?
Of course, they were supposed to help recover some of the outstanding debts.
And
that we feel is huge.
How is this supposed to be done?
We were supported by our rates unit.
Your rates unit will act as pointers.
Exactly, to come up with a portfolio of rates collected that are outstanding.
Yes.
And they guided us to make sure that various respective areas within the municipality to be assigned.
Yes.
So each of these 5 respective debt collectors were assigned a specific area or a domain where they will collect the rates for that period.
But how do they do this? How do they do this collection? They just issue out demand notes or invoices or notices of arrears?
So they are supposed to, the rates unit in itself are not totally divorced of them. They are supposed to be the appointers, their lead, and also give a technical support to them. And
go ahead.
Yes, they're supposed to also work with them in areas where areas they have been assigned for, and also make sure that they get the right demand notes printed. And
so the rates unit is still actively involved.
The manager at the team.
Yes, they're still actively involved. They still act as pointers. They accompany them to make sure that
they don't accompany them. This is in case of consultation.
Mr. Cham, how are you going to act as a pointer if you're not going to accompany anyone?
That's what I'm telling you. You can be a pointer without going. It's just like a signpost. When you say that place is over there, it doesn't mean that.
So they were not accompanying them.
That's what we agree.
That would not be true. Be careful what you are saying. It will not be true. It will be utterly false because we have evidence. No, hear me out. Hear me out. I know you, Mr. Cham. Hear me out. We have very sufficient evidence. I don't want you to give evidence knowing fully well you are not being honest and truthful. We have sufficient evidence. In fact, there are correspondences wherein some of these debt collectors were asking for pointers to be allocated to them to go and show them these areas to collect revenue.
Yes.
That is a fact.
Yes. What I do know.
Now I will ask you a question again.
Yes, let me answer.
Were they accompanying them to collect debt?
Yes, let me
answer my question and then explain.
I cannot be sure of that because
thank you very much.
I'm not sure.
Thank you. Maybe it's better than trying to cook up a story.
Yes.
Trying to frame
I'm not sure.
a story when you know that you actually know the fact. That is very, very, very dishonest, Mr. Cham. Don't do that. Whatever you are asked is because we do our findings, and we know. Madam Jammeh herself testified and said that there were pointers. So they're not going to sit at the office and then point at a place in Bakau and tell them that compound with the blue gate, go and collect their license. That's not how it works. Do you understand that? It doesn't even sit well with logic.
Is it a question or a statement?
It's a statement.
Okay.
Yes. Which you can react to. If you can disagree with me as well, it's not supposed to be a problem. But I'm telling you that they cannot just sit at KMC and point at the property in Bakau. That wouldn't make sense. Is that not correct?
What I do know.
Is that not correct answer to my question?
I'm giving you what I know.
Would that be correct or not?
I'm giving you what I know about.
Would they accompany them?
I don't know.
You don't know. Now, since I have told you they will be accompanied. Now, when these debt collectors go to collect, then what extra service are they rendering? How are they collecting this debt? Do they serve these demand notes or these notice of arrears? Do they do anything extra?
Yes, they get the information from our rates office.
Okay.
Where the manuals are printed. Because every information is in the system.
Yes.
All the debt outstanding rates are in the system.
Yes.
So these collectors cannot know them without providing them.
Yes.
So that's why we are connected to them.
Yes.
We provide them this information.
Yes.
And also give them any technical support that requires them executing their function as contract.
And what do they do? What is their function?
What is
their function?
Debt recovery.
How do they recover debt?
For us, they have their strategies, they have their modalities.
Tell us their modalities and their strategies.
I will not be in a position for that because
you were in the contrast committee. You offered evidence. We want to hear you.
Because what we do tell them, because they demonstrate beyond reasonable doubt that they have an expertise and also have an experience.
That's what they will claim.
In debt collection based on their submissions.
That's what they will claim.
That we saw.
Do you verify that?
We saw their documents and they were also interviewed.
What or how do they collect this debt? Do they serve these notices of arrears or invoices and then expect payment, or do they have any form of system or device or machinery that they use?
I do not want to go deep into that. I do not have.
Why?
Because I don't have experience in that collection.
You are a member of the contrast committee. You told the commission that you attended these meetings.
Correct.
You offered evidence and told us how important they would be. Now establish that fact.
Just
tell us why.
I'm just to help. I'm helping you.
Yes.
I'm helping you because the CEO should have explained that further, because it doesn't happen during my time as a CEO.
Oh.
But I was privileged to sit in the contract committee. What we tell them that their interest was received, and they will look at their competencies, their experience. They satisfied what we want, and they demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that they had an experience of that collection.
Which is.
So their strategy
which experience is?
Which is to go after debtors and convince them to pay.
What? So that cannot be done by your staff?
Of course, our staff, there was a time our staff was doing both rates collection and debt collection.
Mr. Cham, were any of these companies rendering a service that your staff could not render?
You see, you have to understand how council work local governance is.
Tell us.
You see, in rates payments, you don't push people to pay. You pull them to pay. You convince them. You try to show that there is a need for you to pay based on the assessment of their place. So if people default, there are other means that we use. We use our legal. We have our counsel, our lawyer, to go after certain debtors. We also have magistrate where we send some of these people to try them.
So where does this debt companies or businesses come in?
Yeah, because
you haven't still answered that question.
Because there was a huge outstanding liabilities. The strategies that we used was not enough. There were huge outstanding liabilities of debtors that have not come forward to pay. So we feel our current staff cannot focus 100% on debt collection, because there was a time the debt units was separated from.
Mr. Cham, we know all that. We know all that.
You know all that.
Listen, of course, we know all that. Okay. Now, take your time. Let me rephrase my questions.
Okay, do that.
And I'll give you another opportunity so that you answer. You have a debt unit.
No, we don't have a debt unit.
What do you have?
We have a rates unit.
Rates unit.
Correct.
There was a time that you had the rates and debt separate.
Correct.
And then at some point they were...
We amalgamated them.
Yes, they were together, they were fused.
Correct.
So you have a debt unit.
No, we don't.
What do you have?
Technically, we have a rates unit.
No, I'm not talking about technicalities.
Of course, we don't have a debt
What
unit.
do you have?
We have rates unit.
You have rates unit.
Correct.
So you no longer have a debt unit.
Correct.
So with the rates unit, they don't perform the debt unit function when it was separated.
They do the functions.
So you have a rates unit that forms the function of the debt unit when they were separated.
Yes.
So now how do you call that unit now?
Rates unit.
Rates unit. And before it was rates and?
We have debt unit separate.
Yes, rates and debt separate.
Yeah, they were separate.
Since when was it fused?
This was about 2 years or so. 2 years or so. I cannot be precise, but
2 years ago. Oh, don't worry about it. 2 years ago. But then,
but some time ago, I'm on that side.
I understand you cannot have it of it. But then, when it was fused, their functions became one.
Exactly.
Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So when I say you have a debt unit, I mean you have a unit to do the functions of debt collection. Is that a fact or not?
I disagree. We do not have a debt.
So the rate units do not collect debt anymore?
They collect debt. They also collect.
So you have the rates unit functioning, performing the functions of a debt unit.
Yes, because what we have is, I want you to understand.
I'm the one asking the questions. Where I feel confused or I don't understand, I will tell you to clarify.
Okay.
Unless I say that, just answer questions.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what I am asking is when you fuse these two, the rates separate then as it then was, and the debt separate as it then was. Now you have the two joined together. They become one unit.
Yes.
And you refer to it as rates unit.
Correct.
Which still performs recovery of debt functions. Is that a correct statement?
They perform both debt collection and rates collection.
I am interested. I'm interested in the debt part.
I'm interested in. I want to give you both.
No.
Sorry.
If you want to understand.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Council is asking you specific questions. I think it is prudent to answer the questions. And the reason why it is prudent to answer the question is that you know, and we know, we are all going on the same lane, right? So I don't think it is good service to know what he is asking you, and you try to make it difficult to answer the questions. Because I see no technicality here. You have clearly stated that there are so many facts. Even if we present the budget to you, we can put points across to you and you will answer them. Correct? So you have said that 2 years ago, or no, about 2 years ago, these two units were merged. So he's asking you for the specific unit. So you answer. I don't think there is any difficulty in answering that question.
The year we merged them, we call them the rates unit.
Yes, we understand all that aspect. We know that the rates unit, underneath the rates unit, he has asked you whether underneath the rates unit, there is, you understand, staff that are assigned to do collection of debt.
Separately, no.
So the rates unit, they don't collect arrears at all.
They collect arrears. So I want to explain to you.
So what is arrears? Let us understand.
Arrears are outstanding payments that were due and they are not paid.
So you cannot classify that as a debt?
Yes. If I explain, you will understand.
No, I'm asking you now. Those arrears, you don't classify them as debt?
They are debt.
They are debts.
Correct.
All right. So
let me,
yes. Okay, let me give you time.
Allow me to clarify this.
Yes.
I think I'm the witness here.
Yes.
Okay. You see, you will see compound A. If you don't pay your last year rates and it comes up to this year, So that means that you are not, it is almost, we are in October. So you have not paid your 2023. Now, up to October, you have not paid. So if our debt collectors come to you for payment, so sometimes they decide, because there is a flexibility. Either you pay for the last year and pay part of this year, or you pay it all. So that's why it is just like milk and water. Same person who has current rate payment also have some liabilities. So if you pay 40% or 60% of that, we still now the rates you need.
Mr. Cham, I'm not asking you of what you are telling me. I'm not interested in hearing that.
Okay, let me cut.
Right? What we are interested in understanding is that the people working at the rates unit, do they issue invoices of arrears that taxpayers ought to have paid and did not pay?
They do.
They do.
They do.
That is what I'm asking.
Yes.
Thank you so much for answering the question. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Cham. So the rates unit collect or recover arrears or debt, however you call it.
Yes.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
How many staff?
I cannot give you the number. There are many, but I can't give you.
There are many.
Yeah.
When you say many, they are more than 50?
There are more than 10.
More than 10. Now, their job is to issue invoices or the notice of arrears?
Yeah, demand notice, they call it.
Demand notice. And these 5 businesses or companies or individuals, when they were hired as well or employed or contracted, their job also would be to issue demand notices.
As well, yes.
Do they offer any other service apart from that?
Of course, by using their skill to make sure that the debtors pay.
And what kind of skill are you referring to?
That's the competency we hired them for. We hired them for their expertise.
When they discuss with you about their competence and their skill,
yes,
what skill did they convince you for you to pay 5% for every collection? We want to know.
We feel some of the staff, the debtors that used to see KMC staff faces all the time, if they see a different face, they will know that we mean business. So, and they,
is there your excuse? Are you serious?
What I'm saying.
Are you really serious? That is the excuse that KMC.
No, that's not the excuse. The excuse is we.
No. You gave that statement, an answer.
What is your question?
Your answer that if you feel that they see another face, they will take you people serious. That is why you contracted 5 companies to pay them 5% for every collection. Is that the reason?
No, the most important objective.
No, is that a reason?
No.
So when you said that it was not correct?
I gave you the answer. There was a huge outstanding liability.
Let's just zero in on the answer you gave first and we'll move on. I'm asking you what you are saying now, just because you want to change face.
What is your question? What is your question?
Just listen to me. I'm repeating what you just said. If you want, we can ask it to be played back.
No, I want your question. So that I can
let me forget. Mr. Jam, you said because you want to change face, because if they see new faces, they may be tired of seeing the KMC staff all the time. So if they see new faces, they may pay their arrears. Did you or did you not say that?
I have not landed my point.
Did you say that?
I have not landed my point.
Did you?
I want you to allow me to land.
Proceed on that.
Because what we are saying, our debt collectors were in the business, in the field for so long.
Yes.
And they, of course, they did very well. They tried. Yes. But still, we feel that yearly there is an accumulation of debts.
Yes.
And we don't want to strain them.
Yes.
So we want them to specialize on certain areas and also provide a support for them that we will feel people that have the competence, the expert, and which can add value to our revenue collection. That's why we hired the services.
Now, 2 issues. You don't want to strain them. That's number 1. Number 2, because they are faces.
Is it?
No, just hear me out. We are going by your evidence, my friend, and you can change it as much as you want. It only talks about your credibility, but you can always change your story once you feel that you have been pinned down. My question is very simple. You said because they have been strained. Do you maintain that?
Counsel, he said, and I quote him verbatim, he said, we don't want to strain them.
Yes, we don't want to. Thank you very much.
Yeah, let me explain what I mean by
No, 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 no. Let me
explain.
We understand it, Mr.
No, you don't understand. I have to explain.
Mr. Cham,
because
if you keep on interrupting my questions,
no. If you want to
keep on interrupting my questions,
Sorry, Council, can we have decorum?
Yes. Thank you, Chair.
Can we listen to each other?
Yes.
Mr. Cham?
Yes.
And sorry.
Go ahead, Chair.
I believe that the rules apply to both sides, and this commission have rules. And I would wish to remind people that there are rules that govern this commission, and we do not have the intention of applying the rules. This commission is a fact-finding mission. It is not a commission where people will come and display arrogance or sarcasm when asked questions. And I believe that Council will also apply utmost decorum in listening to the witness and allowing him to explain himself fully. I hope I am understood.
Very well.
Thank you. So please answer the question, Mr. Cham.
Yes, Madam Chair, I think if he asks a question, I answered it. He goes back to my answer to come up to make a statement to answer. So I want to believe if I give him the answer, because each of the words that I give you can be explained further. Because if you want me to explain strain, if you see that as confusing, because if an outstanding debt of 200 million, you give a target to somebody, a group of people to bring this year and now, that will be difficult. You'll deal with strain.
Mr. Cham.
That's what I mean.
Mr. Cham, you are here sitting there. You are a witness.
Yes.
You answer the questions.
I will.
If you cannot answer the question, you tell us you cannot answer the question. We can take that as your evidence.
Okay, thank you.
We are no longer going to take what you are explaining.
Okay.
You answer the question. You don't want to answer the questions. You say you don't know, or I have no idea. It's your evidence.
Yes.
Right?
That makes sense.
And you cannot dictate as to what question the lawyer is going to ask you. I will not entertain that. You will have to answer the questions. All right? Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Mr. Cham, I ask the question again. The two reasons.
This is getting to 5. I think this is a convenient point to stop. Council,
As Commissioner.
we will rise.